Hey, it's Bad Albert. If you know that reference, we would be friends. Anyways, you guys, it's 2026. Isn't that insane? 2025 just flew by. December flew by. That is crazy. Anyways, happy 2026. I'm so excited for 2026 and what's to come. Honestly, 2025, there was so much growth exponentially and expeditiously. I can't even fathom everything that went on in 2025. Actually insane. But we're on the other side and we're grateful for it. We're grateful for the growth. And we're going to continue the growth journey, you guys, and becoming the best person, the strongest person, the wisest, most selfless and loving and genuine and authentic person. We're going to stay on this journey. We're going to rewrite some goals if we need to. We're going to rewrite some boundaries, some paths that we're wanting to explore. And that's okay. That's what living is all about and experiencing is all about. To start off this episode, I want to just say some things that I learned in 2025. Or maybe that I knew, but reality hit me in the face and showed me this is for real. This is for realsies, and you need to take this serious. Number one is to work on your garden. Work on your garden, value yourself, put yourself first. And honestly, before 2025, I would preach this, but I kind of went off track a little bit and maybe didn't fill my cup as much as I should have. Came to a point with myself and I looked myself in the mirror and told myself, Allie, what are you doing, girlfriend? Like, you are nearly drained, but you're trying your best to pour into the people around you, and it's biting you in the butt because you're not pouring into yourself. That is why it's so important to be around people that pour into you, that give you a little reality check and put you in your place. But also, it's important to be honest with yourself and to be aware of when that is happening. And it's okay to experience that, because I did this year or this past year, but I was able to check myself and change my ways and start putting myself first and making sure that I was full so that I can pour into people that I love and care about. Because at the end of the day, why I'm here is to serve and to love others. And I can't do that. I can't fulfill that if I'm not pouring into myself, because if I'm not loving and working on me, then my outpour is very minimal. That's number one. You should love yourself so much that working on your garden is a non-negotiable. Going to the gym is a date with yourself. Show up. You're always going to be better than from when you first went in there. Number two, detaching from an outcome, in the sense of, if you hold on to an outcome, for example, let's say I want to get into a radiology program, and I'm holding on to this outcome so tight that if something were to get in my way, I would be completely destroyed and not know exactly what to do. What I'm saying is become the person that would get into this program. So take the classes you need to take, show up on time, study, do all the things. However, if you get denied from the application process, that's okay. It shouldn't crush you. And maybe while you're taking these other courses, you find out that you're actually into nursing, or you find out that you're actually into dental hygiene. So don't be so attached to the outcome where you lose yourself. Be open to exploring different things and maybe different paths. The third thing that I took away from 2025 was the importance of the people around you and making sure that you're pouring into those relationships, pour into the people that you love and your best friends and your family, because that shows them that you will show up for them and that you're reliable, and that, I don't know, when people show up for me, like, I'm able to note that in my mind, and as someone who doesn't give away trust very easily, that means so much to me. And I want to be that person for someone else. I want to be the person where people feel safe to talk to about things that they're going through. Because a lot of people think that they're alone, but in reality, they're not. There are other people out there that are experiencing the same thing that they are and feeling the same way that they are. And that's why I think that talking about things and having communication and maybe even inconveniencing yourself a little bit for the people that you love is so genuinely important. And if you don't nurture your relationships, then they will eventually fizzle out. My best friend, we are currently on two different like, how do I say this? We have different things going on right now. She's a mom. She's working on becoming the best mom, learning the best ways to show up for her daughter. Whereas I don't have any kids, but I'm working on being the best sister, the best daughter, the best friend, and I'm working towards a career. So we have different paths right now and different lifestyles, I could say also. But I know that if I needed her to show up for me, she would drop everything that she was doing. Obviously, take care of her child first. And I hope that she knows that if she needed me, I would show up for her. Cultivating those kind of relationships are so important. For 2026, I do want to work on having more community because I struggle with isolation and not letting a lot of people into my life because a fear of abandonment, I guess you could say. Yes, yeah, okay. No, it's actually fear of abandonment. Allie, don't lie to yourself. We're being honest here. Anyways, yeah, I struggle with that. I have a fear of commitment. My best friend will tell you, even with friendships. I wouldn't say fear of commitment. I would say fear of closeness. There it is. Yeah. Now I'm speaking truth. Okay, was that? I forgot what number that was. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was courage. I could have done this better in 2025, but I really want to take this into 2026. Being courageous and using my agency to do the things that I genuinely want to do. If I feel the need to speak up for something, I'm going to speak up about it. If I want to take this leap, I won't let fear be an obstacle. And I want to remind myself of what courage is and the fact that all these people have agency, but not a lot of people will stand up or pursue the things that they want to pursue out of fear. Just keeps me up at night knowing that, because I don't want to be 80 years old, look back and think about the things that I should have done. I want to think about the things that I did do and be proud of my bravery and boldness. Now that I'm done talking about 2025, let's get into this episode. We are going in strong in 2026, so we're talking about mental and emotional health. Mental and emotional health for 2026. So important, so valuable. We're going to be health and wellness queens in 2026. So this definition is from WebMD. Mental health is an overarching term that includes your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Well-being is the state of being happy and content. That's what well-being is. So think about that. Emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. And it also affects how we show up in the world and if and how we show up for the people that we love and how we show up for ourselves, essentially. Our mental health affects a lot. Whereas emotional health is a subset of mental health, so it refers to our ability to cope with our emotions, whether they're negative or positive. Our mental health helps us process information, so that's how we think and reason, whereas our emotional health enables us to manage and express these emotions and feelings, which is emotional regulation. You got it, which is also so important. And I'm actually so proud of how I've regulated my emotions in 2025, okay? So pat on the back for that. If we don't take care of our emotional and mental health, then there is a lot of negative consequences. Number one being our emotions have control over us. We do not want that. We do not approve of that. Your emotions cannot have control over you. Hold those thoughts captive, replace them with the truth. What does the Lord say about you? Do not let your emotions control you. You control your emotions, not the other way around. Number two, when our emotions do not get processed, when you don't feel them, when you don't cry and let the anger out, those get stored in your body and can manifest into anxiety, depression, chronic illnesses. We want to prevent that from happening. So feel your emotions deeply and then let them go. Acknowledge them, validate them. Number three, our thoughts become louder and we start to believe them. We do not let negativity consume us. So when you notice those thoughts, like I said, hold them captive and replace them with the truth. If you're having thoughts of you're not worthy, you're not intelligent enough, you're not capable, excuse me, you are worthy, you are more than capable, and you are the smartest queen I've ever met. Notice when you're having those thoughts and check yourself on them, because we don't want to get to the point where we're believing that and that's our default in our subconscious mind. Number four, we get in survival mode. Instead of being in rest and digest and being relaxed and having a regulated nervous system, you get into fight or flight where your cortisol levels are raised. You're going to have inflammation. You're not going to be able to truly live and be present. So take care of your mental and emotional health. Number five, relationships suffer. If you don't take care of your mental, you're going to be in your head all the time. You're going to shut out those around you who love you and want to help you, and your relationships are just going to suffer. So I think it's important to be aware of that too. Number 6, physical health starts to decline. You get less sleep because maybe you're anxious or restless. You start getting headaches. Tension headaches are literally the worst. Don't even get me started on those. Number 7, we start to live reactively instead of intentionally. Like I said, life starts happening to you. But no, you want to be living your life and choosing how you feel and choosing your actions. You don't want to be so reactive because your thoughts affect your emotions. Think about that. Your thoughts, you have a negative thought, now you're going to be sad. But it also goes the other way around. Your emotions affect your thoughts. If you're sad, you're going to have negative emotions. And in turn, they also affect your actions. So start with your thoughts and then go from there. There's an acronym that I love, RAIN, which R is recognize, A, allow, I, investigate, and N, nurture. RAIN, recognize when you're having certain emotions, allow them to happen, truly deeply feel them, investigate. Why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling so triggered right now? Is it because this happened in my childhood? Is it because I am maybe a little traumatized from this? So investigate them and then nurture. Nurture yourself. What do you need to do to make yourself feel better, to regulate your system? Some books that I think would help, or I don't know. I'm saying some books I think would help where I've only read one out of these two, but I really want to read the second one. So maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. But I've been told that it's a really good book. The first one being Atomic Habits by James Clear. That's the one that I've read. And it's about building supportive habits that improve your mental well-being. I love it because he really emphasizes identity and becoming. He doesn't focus on like the end that I kind of discussed earlier. He focuses on becoming the person that would, like a CEO. Okay, what would a CEO do? Doing those actions daily. That's kind of what he focuses on. And then the second book that I really want to read that I've heard is really good is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Weist. It helps with self-awareness from what I've heard, and I read a summary about it. It explains how our procrastination, our fear, and our avoidance are internal barriers I cannot talk. They're internal barriers and they're forms of self-sabotage. Those are patterns that we haven't healed, and that's why we sabotage. It emphasizes building emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and resilience. We self-sabotage because that's our comfort zone, because we're scared of what is outside of that. I think a lot of people are scared of revealing new parts of themselves because it's unknown and it's just scary. So I think that's why some people sabotage, to prevent having to reveal those parts. Our biggest challenge is not our external circumstances, it is us. We are the obstacle, we are the mountain. So getting over that, being aware of that, and then moving from there. Okay, Allie, you're telling us all of this, but what are we going to do in 2026 to make things better and to work on our emotional and mental health? Well, let me tell you, the first thing is we're going to find community. We are all wired for connection. We're not wired to be isolated. Isolation increases stress, anxiety, depressive symptoms. We're throwing that out the window. So we're going to get involved in the gym. Maybe join a run club, join a book club, a young adult group, a group from your church, ministry. Whatever it is that you're interested in, become part of it. And I'm saying all these things, guys, but I'm preaching to myself here, okay? Number 2, spend time in nature. I did not go on a hike this year. That should be a crime. So we're going to spend time in nature and do daily walks, runs, hikes, all the things that get us outside, because this calms our nervous system and it regulates our stress hormones. We're going to bring those cortisol levels down. Number 3, stay active. It releases serotonin and dopamine. Being active is the best medicine, in my opinion. So maybe start running, even walking. Walk for 30 minutes and you'll feel better. Weightlifting is something else that you can also start doing. Number 4, practicing gratitude and journaling. Practicing gratitude helps keep our heart full. When I think about the things that I have and all the things I'm grateful for, I'm not worried about the things that I don't have or worried about why aren't I at this spot yet. I'm present and I just feel so much gratitude for the things that I have and for the things that have been placed into my life that I really want to steward. I want to steward my relationships well, my things well, my jobs, everything. So it keeps me present in the moment and joyful. And journaling, on the other hand, it gets our thoughts on paper and it helps us process emotions. It helps organize our thoughts. It's just such a good release. Number 5 is limiting negative input. I need to do this. So that's why we're going to do it in 2026. I need to limit my social media time, work on self-talk. I think a lot of people could work on that. And not consume as much news, because mental health is influenced by what you constantly consume. That is also part of your diet, what you're consuming. So cultivating your consumption on positive things instead of things that can dysregulate you, I think is going to be very beneficial. Limit scrolling, mute accounts, unfollow people, replace negative thoughts with positive. And this doing so is a form of self-respect. Number 6 is building your emotional resilience. Resilience is the ability to experience stress without being overwhelmed and defeated by it. You build your resilience through challenges. So try something that challenges you, that makes you uncomfortable. And you build confidence from that because you show up for yourself and you complete something that was hard for you, but still so rewarding. Journal through discomfort. Put yourself in situations you know will help you grow, because you cannot grow in your comfort zone. That is all for this episode, mental and emotional health. Next, I want to talk about physical and spiritual for 2026. Thank you guys for listening. I really, really, really do appreciate everyone who listens. 2025 is such an amazing year. There were its ups and its downs. I definitely went through things that changed me and altered me a little bit, but that is okay. And I grew from it. And that's why I also accept difficulties, because you grow from them. I don't want an easy life where I'm so out of touch with reality. I appreciate hardships in the sense of I will become a better person. I will be able to empathize with people more. We are all so special and unique in our own ways, and we all deserve to be seen, to be loved, to be cherished as a friend, as just a human being. So make it a goal of yours to help people feel seen and smile at strangers. Say hi. Be the light. Okay. That's what the world needs these days. Be the light. Show up for yourself. Show up for others. Inconvenience yourself a little bit. Does your best friend need you right now? Okay, go right now and go take her on a coffee date. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much.